Thank you very much. What inspired the writing of this publication is to create legal certainty in our jurisdiction. Now, if we were to do a comparative analysis in South Africa, as a good example, you have a standalone legislation which deals with mine health and safety together with the regulation. Now, this provides for what is the procedure in the event of an incident or a fatality at a mine. This relates to the appointment of mine managers, conducting the inquiry, etc. In Namibia, we don't have legal certainty as to what the exact position is. We do qualify by stating that we do have the Mining Ordinance of 1968, the Labour Act, and the regulations of 1992, as well as the Minerals Act. So what inspired this is to provide a consolidation of all the legislation, right, which deals with mine health and safety in our jurisdiction.
And who is the primary audience for this publication, and how do you hope it will impact them?
So the primary audience is your mine managers, health and safety managers, compliance officers, workers at mines, etc. Right? So it relates to everyone in the mining industry. And the primary aim of this piece of legislation is to provide a guideline on what is the standard in the event of the safety at a mine.
And can you tell us what are some of the main health and safety challenges faced by the mining sector in Namibia?
Definitely. One of the primary factors to be taken out or challenges facing the mine is definitely comprehensive training plans, right? This entails adequate training plays, because adequate training plays a pivotal role in enabling miners to comprehend the potential risk that may be associated with a task and the safety protocols that are put in place to mitigate them. This entails regular training sessions should cover a broad range of topics, including but not limited to emergency response procedures, equipment operation, and hazard recognition. Then, certainly, one of the important aspects which Jacqueline at the launch touched on is advanced technology implementation. This entails that the mining industry has increasingly embraced technology to enhance safety in the workplace. Automation and remote-controlled machinery, for example, have emerged as key solutions to minimize workers' exposure to hazardous environments. Additionally, drones and sensors have proven to be effective tools for providing real-time data and conditions within mines. So if we were to do a comparative analysis with South Africa, in South Africa we have the trackless machinery movement, which has been incorporated in the Mine Health and Safety Act. This entails that mines are mandated to install trackless mobile machinery within their equipment, so that in the event a miner is detected, right, the machine immediately detects the miner, right? So this is also one of the steps which South Africa has taken in terms of minimizing the fatalities at mines.
Yeah.
Then the third aspect we should definitely consider is personal protective equipment, right? Using appropriate PPE is essential in minimizing the risk of injuries. PPE, such as helmets, gloves, respiratory protection, and reflective clothing, should be inspected and replaced regularly to ensure that workers are adequately safeguarded. Adhering to such practices can improve worker safety and reduce the likelihood of mining fatalities. Then, the fourth aspect which mines should definitely take into account is emergency response planning. Right. So this entails that mining companies are expected to maintain robust emergency response plans that take into account possible hazards such as fires, explosions, and cave-ins. These plans are essential for ensuring the safety of workers and the continuity of operation. Regular drills and simulations can help to prepare workers for unseen events, allowing them to react quickly and efficiently. By adhering to the best industry practices and continually improving emergency response plans, mining companies can reduce the likelihood of accidents and minimize the impact in the event of an incident or injury at the workplace. Then definitely, if we look at Swakopmund, which has three of the biggest uranium companies, we can also consider health monitoring programs. This ensures maintaining a continuous surveillance of employees' physical well-being, particularly the exposure to hazardous substances, is an important component in early detection of potential health issues. In order to achieve a comprehensive health monitoring program, regular health checkups, lung function tests, and screenings for occupational diseases must be conducted. These procedures serve as an integral component in identifying potential health concerns among employees, thereby allowing them timely intervention and prevention of adverse health outcomes.
Now, Kennedy, let's talk about the content and also some of the findings in this publication. Can you share some of the key findings or insights highlighted in this publication? And also tell us, how does this publication address the issue of occupational diseases in the mining industry?
So, one of the key areas which we've identified and which we've consulted with the Minister of Mines is that we require a comprehensive legislation on mine health and safety in Namibia. Right? We require a consolidation of all our laws and resources in order to meet international best practices. Right? With reference to occupational health and safety, when we consulted with industry leaders and experts at the mines in Namibia, right, what they indicated towards us is that as far as occupational health and safety is concerned, they comply with international best practices, right? So what you do is that, for example, if you refer to a mine dealing with uranium, right, there are certain standards which the mine needs to comply with in respect of PPE, checking the health of the employees, community engagement, etc., right? This would substantially differ from a company which mines in diamonds offshore, right? They have got different occupational health and safety. Similar to a mine which is underground, they have got different requirements and standards compared to an open cast mine, for example. Right? The key elements with regards to your last question, the key element in this textbook which covers our publication is the Labour Act, the Mining Ordinance of 1968, as well as the Minerals Act in Namibia.
And just finally, Kennedy, before we wrap it up, where can people access this publication, and are there plans for additional resources or future editions?
Yes, we were pleased to announce that we initially launched our publication in August 2024 in Windhoek. That was on the 6th of August before the mining in Daba. After consultation with various experts in the field, we launched the revised edition last week Friday in Swakopmund. Right. The publication is available through the offices of ENS. We have offices in Windhoek, Swakopmund, and Walfish Bay. Your listeners can contact me at 081-819-7094 should they wish to place an order. In the alternative, orders can also be placed with LexisNexis, right? They are the editors of our publication.